repechaje for the men's double sculls.
이번 경기는 남자 더블 스컬 경기입니다.
In lane 1, representing Pakistan, Mohammad Akram and Mohammad Haider Nawaz. In lane 2, it's Korea, Lee Sang-min and Kim Hui-guan. In lane 3 for Australia, Alexander Balonogov and Thomas Swan. In lane 4 for Argentina, Christian Rosso and Ariel Suárez. And for Cuba in lane 5, Adrian Oquendo Ibanez and Hania Concepcion Hernandez.
남자 더블 스컬 패자부활전 1조에 1레인 파키스탄, 2레인 한국, 3레인 러시아, 4레인 아르헨티나, 5레인 쿠바.
So, Paul, beat that for excitement. Can this Korean crew, do you think, repeat the feats of the crew in the previous race?
I'd love to be able to say yes, Rob. At the moment, it doesn't really look like that. They're well off the pace, and the pace is being set at the front of the field at the moment in this repechaje of the men's double sculls by Argentina and Cuba. They're the two early leaders. In third place, and that would be good enough for a semi-final slot, though, the Australian lineup of Alexander Belanogov and Thomas Swan. And I know that several members of the huge Belanogov family are in the stands here today, including the inflatable kangaroo. And amongst them, the youngest, Ellie Belanogov, cheering on her big brother here. And the rest of the family listening in around the world, as I presume is that young Signet from the Swan family, twin brother of Thomas, listening to us on the internet, believe it or not, back in Australia. People really do listen to us, I gather. 40,000 of them on an average click at a World Championships. If you're listening in Argentina, good news for you. Rosso and his partner Suárez are in the lead. Rosso, one of the fairly few men in this competition who were also at the last Asian World Championships back in Gifu in 2005. Plenty of experience in that boat, and that's helping take them through to the lead at the halfway stage. Cuba, after a very fast start, now slipping back into second, with Australia third and a lot of clear water back to Korea and then Pakistan.
남자 서브스컬 패자부활 1조 경기입니다. 1000m까지 선두를 달리고 있던 쿠바 오렌이 지금 2위로 내려앉아 있고요. 쭉 2위를 유지하고 있던 아르헨티나의 로소 수아레스 두 선수의 아르헨티나 선수가 지금 앞쪽으로 1000m를 넘어서면서 1위로 나와 있습니다. 3위는 호주의 두 선수고 우리 대한민국의 이상민, 김희관 두 선수가 달리고 있는데 한 넉 점 차 정도 현재 3위 호주에 뒤져 있습니다. 1, 2, 3위가 준결승 A, B조에 배정되기 때문에 3위까지의 순위가 상당히 중요한데 우리 대한민국 한체대 3학년 바우 이상민, 인천 항만공사의 스트로크 김희관 선수입니다. 우리 두 선수들 전부 광저우 아시안게임 싱글스컬에서 6위를 차지했었습니다. 6위라고 하는 것은 결승전 파이널 A에 올라갔다는 것을 의미하게 됩니다. 현재 선두 4레인 아르헨티나입니다. 월드컵 3차 대회에서 7위, 런던 올림픽에서 메달에 밝히지 못하는 4위에 그쳤던 아르헨티나 지금 선수들이고요. 3레인 호주 선수들은 월드컵 1, 2차 대회에서 3, 4위 정도를 했었고 오랜 쿠바는 조금 국제대회에서는 낯이 익지 않은 신예 선수로 알려져 있습니다. 우리 대한민국의 이상민, 김휘관 선수 현재 1250m 지나면서 한 넉 정, 5정 차 정도 벌어진 상태 4위, 파키스탄이 5위입니다.
Well, rowing is often called a sport for life, and it certainly is. It's something you can start as a young teenager and carry through on well into your 80s. For those of you in your 40s watching this race or listening to us around the world, you may want to know that the Pakistan bowman is 42 and he's rowing in a double scull with a young man who just turned 18 this year. So really generation-spanning lineup for Pakistan. Unfortunately, they well off the pace at the moment. And that pace is being set in particular at the head of the field by a very smooth-looking Argentinian crew. They've found their good cruising platform early on in this race, working it through. They can just look one lane to their right, two-stroke side, and keep an eye on the Cubans for any push that's coming from there. Belanogov and Swan for Australia, they're pretty safely through to the semi-final. They've taken a lot of the pressure off, conserving some energy for what is a punishing programme, of course, here this week at the World Championships. We've got about 250 metres to go. We'll have a quick word in Korean, and then I'll rejoin you just short of the line.
250m 낭비 듣고 1, 2위는 거의 1, 2, 3위 확정적인 것 같습니다. 1위 자리를 놓고 지금 아르헨티나와 쿠바 두 선수 그 스트로크 수의 스트로크 레이트에 보면 1분간에 몇 번 스트로크를 노를 전이냐는 것을 말하는데 두 선수의 노를 보면 상당히 여유가 느껴지고요. 또 3위 호주, 우리 대한민국 4위를 유지하고 있습니다.
Well, the inflatable kangaroo, I beg its pardon, the inflatable kangaroo with the red boxing gloves in the grandstand. Hope we'll get on the television screen at some stage. He's getting terribly excited at the moment, blown up all over the place as an inflatable kangaroo. Life can be difficult at high temperatures. Plenty of high temperatures along the course. The Argentinians have decided they're going to conserve some energy as well. Cuba just tapping it to the finishing line. These clear qualifiers really don't need to pull out any stops at this stage. Very gentlemanly conclusion to the race, pretty well neck and neck. I suspect the clock will show that was virtually a dead heat between Cuba and Argentina, who had both great rows down the course. Here come Belanogov and Swan for Australia to take that third semi-final slot. They'll be going a lot faster in the semi-final. Korea cheers again from the home crowd as they come in fourth, and in a moment or two Pakistan will join us at the finishing line.
Well, no inflatable canoes out on the water today, although I do think I've seen one in the past. But Argentina, Cuba, as you said, ball coming across the line absolutely together, and as a result of that, the timing doesn't seem to have quite been able to work out what the difference was. So can't give you that at the moment, but the important... I now can. It was 0.3 of a second. So 6:25.15 for Cuba, 6:25.45 for Argentina. They're first. Cuba, Argentina second, Australia third. Those are the three crews through to the AB semi-final. The remainder through to the C final.